I'd like to introduce you to our upcycled composting toilets. Though upcycled is rather stretching the words a bit. This used to be a washing machine, and when it broke, I didn't want to throw away all the bits or kind of lug it all the way to a dump. So I've kind of kept most of the parts of it. I've used the drum as an incinerator. And this case was once a wood store, not a very good one, and then a workbench, again, not a very good one. And I was kind of thinking, maybe I'm going to throw this away when I moved house out here to the countryside. Then I saw the hole in the top, or in the side. When I turned it on this side, it was on the top. I thought, that looks like a toilet. That's going to be a compost toilet. And about a year later, it is. I've added this lid to the top. A couple of old hinges. This is an old fence post which I've turned into a seat. This is a lid off a broken waste paper bin. And inside there are a couple of crates which are the chamber, as I'm calling it. And I'm using grass cuttings as the thing to cover up the poo. Call it the poo. It's a bit stinky now. I've used it 3 times, I think. So now I'm going to unload it. I've got a sliding bit at the front to keep flies and such like out. There's a piece of wood which holds the upper crate nice and flush with the top of the flush. That's a good word. It's a flushless, but it holds it nice and flush with the top of here to stop flies getting in and stop anything getting out as well. So that's out now. And now I can remove this. Maybe put a bit more grass on top. Then I'm going to take that away and tip it somewhere out of the way so the flies who settle on this don't settle on us or our food or drinks or anything, and so we can't smell it. The wooden front doubles up as a lid so I can cover up that whilst I'm carrying the crate so I don't see or smell or touch anything unpleasant on the way. I'm tipping it in a place where we're not likely to go, and we don't have dogs, we don't have cats, and I think they're unlikely to be rolling around and getting involved in this. A bit of liquid in there, and I purposefully had a pee in there as well a few times. Our guests might well do that, even though we prefer people to wild wee, as they call it. And I've heard people say grass clippings are better than wood chippings for something that will compost down quickly. Hosing a bit of dilute urine into the bottom of a hedge somewhere is not particularly unpleasant. A bit more grass on the bottom, and that's ready to go back in. I had to build a footrest into the toilet to make it give yourself something to stand on, because I found balancing on that was kind of quite uncomfortable. And my lid doesn't fit perfectly. If anyone wants to sit on this, then it would crack the lid. And I also made a lid without a back, because with a lot of compost toilets, the aperture, as it were, is far too small, and there's always the risk of like hitting the back, as it were, and it being quite unpleasant. And also when you're cleaning your behind, the feeling that you might get your hand in something unpleasant. So having enough drop beneath you, I think, is important. I've built the whole toilet around the back of a shed, so I didn't actually have to build a structure around it. There's already a carport here with some roof, so I've just built a bit of extra corrugated roof on top. I'll probably build in some kind of toilet roll holder, but I think this probably isn't watertight enough to keep a toilet roll in all the time. Maybe a hook or two to hang clothes and things on as well. Right up against the bank, and the curtain keeps prying eyes out. I didn't want to build a whole shed for something that doesn't get used very much. I hope that's inspired you in one way or another, and made you see that making a composting toilet doesn't necessarily need to be a massive job. Enjoy your business.